So first, we're gonna fix the issue from yesterday, right? If you remember, when you click, where is the live view? Yeah. So when you click something like search or filter, let's say you have status, right? You just click on status. So you have order by status in the URL, then you go to the filter, right? Let's say open, correct? So you have status open and order by here, right? So look at this. Now it's there, it's not going out. Okay, it's there, right? Even you change in progress or in close like that, it will stay there, right? It is not like missing. Okay, it's not going out anywhere. So when you do filter, whatever filtering you are doing, it should be stay here, right? So based on that status, based on this the search params, right, we are getting the data here. So how I fix that? Let's quickly explain that. So remember, we try to find the statuses right here with the object value past this schema, right? Or you call it type, and it will give us the array of the status, like open, like that, close, and in progress. Similarly, what I did is, and then we check if if anything, right, search, whatever we are searching the status is inside that status array. If it finds, then just use that one. If not, just use undefined, right? That is what we did yesterday for the status. So for the let's say order by, right, I just added the default order by. Just add default, like created add, right? And what is this? This is the key of issue, that we used yesterday, right? So we just use one as a default because we cannot put undefined. Okay, and then validate valid order bys means you can name it anything. This is a variable, right? You can name it anything. So this will be array again, right? Array of the key of issue, right? Means these are the string which is the part of the issue key. Remember, in issue we have all this, right? Title, status, created add, update, and all that. Okay, so I build one array again, because I'm going to need title, status, and created add, right? Remember, when we click here title, you're going to get this value, right? This title or status and created add. So I just build the array of all these three key. Why I have done that? Now, right, once I have this array ready, stored in this variable, so we will check if I'm searching something, right, which is in the order by name. Okay, and it coming from the search params, right? Search, what is search params? Search params means the query string. Query string is what? Anything after question mark here, right? So you have two property, like status equal to close and order by equal to this, right? So if search params dot order by, it will be created add, right? That will be like a string, includes inside that array. Okay, includes inside this array, right? Inside this array, if that is true, then use that same name. Okay, whatever is that order by, right? Like maybe created add or title or status, whatever is that, just use that one. If not, if it's not inside here, right, then you can just use the default created add. So you can put here any out of three, you can use one of them, but I just add created add. So we're just going to use the default. Okay, so I have now order by ready, and I also have the status ready, right? We checked everything. Okay, we're going to have the right valid data. Now in our finding the let's say finding what the data, right, or fetching data from the Prisma, basically from our database await prisma issue. From issue, find many, where status equal to status, right? You just pass the status here. So this is status, and order by. So order by now, right? You have the right order by. See, we just created the order by, right? By doing all this check. So we just gonna use that order by, okay? So order by ascending. So this order by will be either title. So either you move that according to the title, right? From ascending order, or maybe status. If here is status, move it ascending order, or created add, right? So this order by will be sometimes maybe, like title or created add, or maybe what was that? Three things, right? We have title, status, and created add. So any one of them, right? That is order by now, and it will be or arranged in ascending order. Okay. So that's how we everything work, right? So one more thing now, how this stay here. It is not like when it's changing, right? Why the last one is not going away? So for that, we have to do some work, right? So this is okay. Let's go to the component, and no, where is that? Here. Filter, right? So again, we have to make some changes here also in the issue status filter. Okay, I have added some code. So just let's look at this. See, to read, right? To read something from the URL here, there is a hook. Use search params, right? There is a hook. We can use that. Use search params hook, which you import from here, right? Next navigation. And also we have use router. We are using that one, okay? Because you want to push the link, right? When you like make change, when you update here, when we are updating, right? Like when you changing this, you want to push, that updates to this place, okay? To the link here. And that is done with the use router hook. So router dot push, you can see here, right? Router dot push, we are pushing the final whatever the link we have, right? But why we use this use params, search params now? So using this, right, you can get the information from the like from here. You can find use search params can help you to find whatever you need from this link, right? You can get that. So fine, we just run that use search params function, and it gives us this like variable or object, right? And from this object.get, you can get whatever, right? Like order by or status, whatever you need. So we need order by. And why we need let's wait, right? Let's go one by one now. So we want to create the URL, right? Basically query in the proper way, okay? In the proper way, so that when you push the query, right? When you push this link, that it should not like remove away from that, like when you're changing, right? It should be there all the time, okay? Whatever you make change, it should update automatically, okay? Do not remove all, right? It should keep the whatever there and just change what we need, right? So for that purpose, we have to write all this properly, okay? So URL search params, what is this now, right? This is just a JavaScript, okay? If you look at, like like if you just search this in the Google, right, you will get you can read about this by just running this function, right, and putting the new keyword here, it will create the constructor function, okay? Constructor, maybe let's call it object, right? Instance, okay, of the parameter. So params, whatever parameter here, right, on the top, it will create the object for that, okay, stored in this params, right? So Now we're going to add and remove inside this one. You have whatever in the top, right? Now you're going to update this one only. Okay, so we check if status is equal to all, right? Then we're going to status equal to empty. Okay, that means empty, right? Else append status, whatever is the status, right? Like maybe open, close, or in progress. So if status is all, then just put empty. Else just use the status, whatever is the status, right? Appending means adding to this param. Now we added here, right? Okay, next step is if search params dot get, if there is order by also, right? So you can use search params now to get that order by. Okay, if there is order by, then you just use search params, get order by, and then append back to this one. Now put here, right? So name it order by equal to whatever is the search params, whatever is that, right? So we have to use this, like we have to use exclamation, right? Because if you don't put, you're gonna get some type error. It says argument of string or null is not assignable to the parameter of type string, right? Type null is not assignable to type string. Okay, so it's saying here might be a null also, right? But by adding this exclamation, we are telling that there is a data. Okay, when we reach here, right, when we reach to this point, that means it's guarantee we have the data. So that's just giving the assurance, like, okay, there is the order by. Okay, so just get that one, right? And stored order by equal to whatever that order by is. That may be the title or status or created ad. Done. Once we finish, once our this params string is ready now, right? Once that is ready, now we're gonna check here. Okay, we're gonna build the query now finally, right? We're gonna build this query string finally, and we check if there is size, right? Like params dot size. If there is something inside this params, right, then only you're gonna add question mark and whatever that string, right? Like the string means what? It builds something like this already. Okay, and there is a question mark, right? So this is a whole thing is params right now. So if there is a params, right, if there is some properties inside the params, that's how we say params dot size. Okay, then only you put question mark and add it, right? So that's what we have done here. Question mark plus params dot string. But if there is nothing, right, in this params, then just use the empty string. Okay, and then finally we push that query, right? So router dot push will create that URL, this one. So first we create, right? First we create the whole params, like a query string, everything we put together, and only then we're gonna push. So in that way, it makes sure that whatever we have there already, that will be stay there. Only the change will be keep changing, right? Whatever is changed, that will be keep changing. But if there is something already, that will stay same like that. So that's how we have to take care of this. It's difficult. I mean, maybe it's a little confusing to understand, but slowly you guys will get it right. So in the future also you have to learn something like that. You have to build some query. This will be helpful. Mostly this URL search params and use search params hook, right, also will be useful. I mean, this one we're using all the time. Okay, but this you have never seen, and also this part, right? But this is just the JavaScript, nothing else. It is used for like creating the new instance of the URL, right? You can call it search query parameter. Anything after question mark is called query parameter or search params, right? This is our normal URL, right, in our project, and after this will be something you add extra, to make some kind of like interaction, right? Searching or filtering, whatever, right? so that you can use that information to send to the database and get something back, right? Okay, so yeah, so we that is all, right? Once you push, it will work. The rest all is like same like yesterday, right? I just have modified here a little bit. Okay, so we done with that part. Let's see now, right? We're gonna build our pagination. Okay, so how the pagination work, right? So let's say I have here, you know, maybe like I added some item, right? Like 20, 30, something like that. It's long, you know. I just want to display around like 8, 9 or 10 items in one page. So, you know, like you have one page, just one page, right? So let's say you have like this is a web page. You have 10 item inside, right? Here is a 10 item displaying, okay? You know, 10 item. I mean, you can see the item like this 10, right? So the page, how pagination should work, right? Let's say we're gonna have one new component, okay? New component, and you know, like we're gonna put it here something like this. The page maybe 1 of 10, right? Like that. And there will be some button, right? Maybe let's say the button will be something like, here is a button going maybe left, or okay, so this will, let's think of this will go right side, then single click, single move, then again here will be going to the right, left side. So from here you're gonna go right, oh sorry, from here you're gonna go left, and from here you're gonna go right, something like that. Okay, button. So when you click, you know, when you click this button, right, the first, let's say 10 item is displaying page 1 out of 10. That means you have maybe 100 item, right? So that's why you're displaying 10 in one page. But you can move now. You can click one page, or you can click to move all one time, right? Go to the end also, okay? So something like that we're gonna create. So let's continue. I you know, I was writing something here. Okay, let's see. So we fixed the sorting issue bug. Okay, pagination, right? Create a pagination.tsx. So let's create that file, or basically component, right? Where we're gonna add somewhere maybe. So this, in like mostly this pagination is used in different places. We can put it in the main component, or for now I will just put it here, right? In here. Okay, pagination. So once this is ready, what we're gonna do is we need a props, right? Some props, because remember we need to find out the number, the count, like total count of item you want to display, number of page and all that, right? So let's get that information. So here, so let's create this props, okay? Like item count, page size, and current page, right? So we're gonna need this props. What is props, right? Props is basically you defining the type of data, okay? Because these data are not available anywhere right now. We are, you know, we don't have any schema or anything for this. So sometimes we have to define our data inline, right? By just defining the, you know, type, interface props, or you can name it anything, and then just put all the variable here, right? Or properties, okay? So you can define that somewhere here like this, and inside this pagination, because remember when we use this component, we have to pass all this item, okay? So I will call it props, and we're gonna get now, if I type I, okay, so it will be here colon props, okay? So now if I type item, right, it will read now, okay? Next will be page size, and the last one is current page. Clear? So this props, even if you want to extend in the future, you can add whatever variables you need, you can just put here, right, and extend here. So we have this ready now, right? We're gonna, maybe what we can do is let's add here something like flex. So we're gonna import from the Redux UI. I'm just trying to build simple component, right? So inside here we're gonna, so for now we can call it something like this, like text, page, account, all that, right? Let's put this here, simple text or paragraph, whatever, right? Text at the page, the current page, right? So let's say page 1 of page count. Okay, so we have page count here, current page, item count, or page count, right? So okay, let's do one more thing, right? Item count, page size, current page. I think that's will be okay, right? Item count. So we have to create the page count. So let's create that here. Okay, const. How are we gonna get page count, right? So page count will be total number of item, right? So item count divided by page size, right? So yeah, item count divided by page size. So the size in every page we're gonna have 10 item, right? So if you have 100 items divided by page size, that is 10, right? Each page is gonna have 10 item. So total number of page will be, page count will be 10, right? Something like this. You have like 100 item, let's say total in the database you have 100 issue, and in each page you want to display 10, right? So equal to 10. So our page count is 10. Okay, 10, right? So we have current page maybe 1 to whatever, right, of page count. I'm just trying to add and explain, right? I mean, this will be changed automatically from the database later. Okay, but for now maybe we're gonna add some dummy data and try to look at, see how this works. So this, when you divide this, maybe you're gonna get some floating point number like decimal. Okay, so it's better, right? We're gonna do something like this. We'll change to math dot convert to the whole number, right? How? So there is a mathematics math dot floor, right? Or seal we're gonna do floor. Let's do seal, right? Make it high. Okay, so now you're gonna get the whole number. Okay, and done. So we're gonna use this pagination component somewhere. Let's use somewhere, right? Where we're gonna use for now? We have dashboards. Okay, let's put in a dashboard, right? Once it's ready, then we're gonna use it in our display issue, right? Okay, so it's complaining now, it's saying now, right, you missing the following properties type, props. Okay, item count, page size, and current page, right? So let's add, the first one is item count equal to item, right? So maybe let's make it 100 for now. Okay, and then page size, so we're gonna have like 10 item in each page, right? And what is the last one? Item count, page size, current page. So let's put current page. Right now we are in maybe page 1 or 2, something like that. Clear? So now if we go to the dashboard, right, so you see something, okay, you see something like this, page 2 of 10, right? See, fine. So we can see this. Let me minimize and keep working, right? Can I put here? Okay, fine. No need. I'll just click side by side. So now we gonna, I mean, you can see this pagination already there, right? It's displaying, something, but now we're gonna add like a buttons, click, cable, and all that. Okay, so let's build that, because first we have to build this, and the sooner you provide that data, right, item count, page size, current page from our database, it should work, right? So, but we have to finish building this pagination first. Okay, so we finished that part, right? Up to here we have done that. The next thing is building this pagination. So let's start now here. Also, what we can do, right? Let's say if one thing I forgot, if the page count is less than 1, right, then we just return. We no need to do anything, no need to display this. If there is no data, right, inside your page, if there is only like 5, 6 data you want to display, you need this pagination only when you have too many items, so that's why you can put this to avoid displaying this component. Okay, so here we can just add it. So if page count is less than equal to 1, right, then return it. Don't display this box. Okay, done. So next is what we're gonna next is, let's start adding the button, right? So we're gonna have flex, align item center, and maybe just give a gap of maybe something of 2, right? So I'm going to use the button from the Redux UI button, right, like that, and we're going to put the button. Okay, so in here we're gonna, let's say, yeah, so what we're gonna put here, right, in the button, we're gonna add just the arrow button, right, arrow. So the arrow is called double arrow something. Okay, double arrow left icon, right, something like that. So I did not get, I have to install, can I find from Redux UI? double double. Yeah, it's not there, right? So maybe I have to install something called React icon. Let me install that quickly. npm install React icon. Icons. I don't know, icons or icon. Icons, right? Yeah, so if you go to the let's go back here, right? I mean, this is the repository, but yeah, so let's say if I need to find double, right, double double icon, something like that. Double maybe arrow, right? Yeah, there is spelling missing. double, something like that. Okay, So let's we can just use from the let's see what I have added here. First, we need to install React icons. Once you install that, right, npm install React re. So that is spelling mistake again. Npm install React 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 icons. Once you have that installed, I mean, you can use a lot of icon here. Okay? You can see, right, all this different vendor. Okay, they are different suppliers, right, but they all put together in one React icons, umbrella, right, one in one place. Now you can choose which one we can choose, right? So here, if I'm just going to call this, right, let's say double arrow left icon, and search if I can find that. No, right, but does not matter. Okay, the double arrow, right, double double arrow. I don't know why is arrow icon arrow. Just sometimes. Okay, so arrow, right? So let's find if there is double. So we can just call this whatever is that, right? MD. So you can copy that and import here. So we can use this arrow, like, go back to our code, and in the button here we're gonna add that. Done. That is one button, right? We can call it variant, maybe let's make it soft. Change the color. I don't know what the color is that. Let's add it in gray, maybe. Yeah, so that is all, right. That is one icon. We're gonna get right and sing this one also, right? We're gonna get this and this. So this is the right. So you can import that, right? For now, I'll just add it here. Okay, that's too big name, I don't know why. And then we're gonna get the single one. So where is that single here, right? So that is also right. And then you're gonna get the left, right? Control Z, RIGSGST, right? One that, and you can call it maybe MD outline E left, right arrow, board arrow left. That's too big name, but anyway, does not matter. We just need some kind of arrow, right? So now let's check our site. Okay, let's go back and check that. Should be here, right? So you see that the icon now, right? So we're gonna add similarly the remaining button also. Okay, so we're gonna have this. We need a single left single, right? So let's add. I will close all this now. I don't need. So what we're gonna do? Just copy this button, right? This will be around how many times? 4 times total, right? So this is left. Let's see what I have used. The left Then we're going to use left again, right? First left, this one, okay? This single one, single icon, right? That is what we're going to use. Okay. Then you can just call it the right, and for this single one, we call here right. So you can see this, the left one, left, then the right, small, right, and the large. So this will go in the center, something like that. Okay, so let's check now. Oh. So you see, it looks something like that. So, you know, like you can go all the way to the left, or go right, left, right, and in, right? Like all the way in, okay? Then once we have done that one, the next step is, you want, like I'm clicking this one, right? I'm clicking this. So we're going to add the unclick, like unclick event, right? Let's do that. So once we finish that one, you know, like one more thing, right? You know, we're going to disable something, like let's say there is only one page or maybe two pages, right? You know, you, for example, what I'm saying is, think like this. What is that? Let's say you move all the way to the right, all the way right. Then you need to disable this, and this one also, right? You need to just open this one so that you can move on the left now. Because once the page is finished, you cannot keep clicking, right? So you have to disable this button. So how are we going to add that logic? So for that, we have something here, right? Disable property, and the first one, right? The first one, the double arrow left, right? If the current page is 1, if that is only one, if the current page is 1, right, you cannot go left, you know. So that's why you just put this property there. So in the button, where is button here, right? Just add that. If the current page is 1, equal to 1, then you cannot move left. Similarly, also same with the single icon, right? Same thing. Okay, there is some noise. Now the single right arrow button, right, will be single right arrow button here. So if the current page is equal to page count, like you reach 10, right? Total number of pages, whatever, you know, you reach 10, then you cannot move right anymore. So that's why if the current page equal to page count, then disable that one, right? Same thing gonna happen to the double button also. Okay, so now just let's see, I can show you what I have done, right? For example, you know, we have the dummy data, right? We don't have the data, but I will put one here, okay? Wherever we're sending the data from, right? In our dashboard, let's say the page, current page is 1, right? Not 1, but current page is 1, or maybe item, right? The item count is only 10, okay? For example, 10, right? What's gonna happen? It refresh. Okay, so there is only one page you're not gonna see, right? So what if I put 20? Save. No. But see, these are disabled now. These are disabled, right? You can go right side, but on the left you cannot move, okay? So based on this number of like item, right? You know, if something is not, there is no more page on the left, you cannot go, you cannot move, right? If you can only move on the right side, okay? So see, even if I make 2 pages now, right, I can go to the left side, but I cannot go on the right side. But that is the final, right? 2 is right now, current page is 2, that means that's the final, and I cannot move right. Okay, so I mean you get the idea, right, what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so next step is let's go back here and check what is that pagination. So we done. Next now is on click event. Okay, now you're gonna click because you want to click and move to the different step, right? So let's do that part. So first we're gonna change this to like use client, because we're gonna add the client interaction click event now, right? So you have to make this page use client. All right, and next step we're gonna need let's import couple of things, because it like what the goal is now, right? You're gonna click the button to move to the different page. When the based on the page number, right, you want to fetch the data from the database. Okay, because you don't have data right now, you don't have all the data, right? You just want to get the data based on the page number, based on the quantity of the item right in the page. So the database will give you you just have to implement logic, right? Database will give you the data and display in the page. So for that reason, right, how are we going to figure out which page we are or not, right? So what we have done with our sorting, remember we use the query params, we send the link to the bar, right? In our nav bar here, you send the, like, search, or maybe the other order by search, right? Basically search, right? You send the query params, and that's how our database searching the page for us, right? Similarly, we're going to send the page here again, right? And based on that page number, we're going to get the data. Okay, so for that reason, we have to use the use router hook and search params hook, right? These two hooks we're going to need. So let's import that. The goal is to like send the create the query params now, right, for page. Okay, let's do import use router from the next navigation. That's important, right? And also use search params. With that, we have to run now, right? Run the function. Okay, both are the functions. So const let's see router, right? Let's call it router equal to use router, right? And const maybe params, we can call it search params equal to use search params, right? So we have these two hooks. Now we're going to use that, right? So we got that now, right? Next is when we click, right? That's the time we're gonna create the query params. Okay, when we click. So we're gonna write one function right somewhere here. Let's write it. Const change page function, right? And equal to all this code. Okay, this is what we have. So let's put that. So what we are doing here now, right? Basically, remember use search params. This will this will gonna create a new object, right, called params. What is this new object? It will be exactly I talked about that earlier, but let's go back again, right, to our result here. If you go to the issue, right, see whatever we have here, like we want to get this query parameters, okay, this params, right, that will be stored in use search URL params from search params, right? It's gonna create the object based on this information here. Everything will be stored in this params now, right? And then we're gonna set the new things, okay? So that is what we're going to set, means we're going to set the page now, right? Page. So we have to create a page we don't have right now. So let's do that. So params now, right? We get whatever in the URL query params. We get that one here. Now we're going to set page property, right? Page dot to string. So how are we going to get this page now, right? Let's see how we're going to get that. Basically, let's see. How are we going to get the page? So here, page to string, right? Page. Cannot find the page. I mean, we have to get the page, right? So where is our page, right? Page size, page item count, current page, right? Current page. So that should be, I think the current page. So page and whatever current page, right? So let's make it here, not page, but just put the current page, right? That should be fine, I believe. Yeah. Current page. So see, whatever is the current page right now, page equal to, right, that current page. So how it will looks something like this. Like you're gonna have and page equal to, let's say 10, right? So this is what we are creating, or maybe whatever is the page number, because you're gonna click, it will change the number here. Like 1, 2, maybe 3. You go minus, maybe it will be, from 5 minus maybe 4 or maybe 3. So that is what we are trying to achieve. So let's look at here. Once we have the page ready, right? Once we make this params ready for the page, then there should be the question mark. Just put the question mark, right? Plus params to string. Okay. So we are pushing now. We're gonna router.push, right? This will just push the whatever is the params already there, right? And new params or new URL will be pushed here inside the link, right? It will be pushed in the link. So our function is ready now. We're gonna put in the button, right? So let's do that. So every button you're gonna put on click, right? And then you call back function and change page. Just call the change page, okay? Change page, right? Yeah. So this will be the function. Okay, so only the problem. Okay, so change page now, right? Yeah. So here is the first one. Okay, the first double icon, right? So we have to pass the number of the page, right? So okay, now I get see the issue here now. The first one will be the number page 1, right? Let's put that one. That means we have to make changes here. Where I add the page, guys, page to our function. Because remember I put the current page, right, somewhere here. Yeah, so that should be page. Let's make it page, and we're going to receive that page from the function call, right? Page, and this page is what this is basically the number. Okay, that is what we are passing, right? From here, number. So yeah, that's really fine now. So the second one, right? Second button will be current page minus 1. Current page minus 1, right? So that will be second one. So I'll just copy this whole on click and change everywhere. So that's the second one. So we should have current page -1, and again on this part current page +1, right? Because when you're gonna click button, right, whatever is the current page, like starting from 1, the first one, right, let's say the first one is 1, you're gonna move right, like 2, 3, 4, like that. So the right button gonna have current page +1. But if you have to go back, right, let's say you are in the page 8, you want to go 6, 5, 4, like that, left, current page -1, right? That is the left one. So that is the thing we are trying to achieve here. And the final one will be, right, a page count. Okay, whatever is the page count, let's say final, when you reach the 10, right, that means you are in the final page count. Okay, that is the final one. So yeah, so I think we have almost done here, right? This part now is the read the page count from the search parameter page. Okay, next thing is we're going to implement this now, right? Our component is ready. Okay, our component is ready. We're going to implement in this page now here, right? We're going to use that and see if everything works or not. So let's go back to our back here, right? View. So remember we have everything here, all this table displaying this in the view/page, right? View/page. Until now we don't have this page on the top. Okay, we don't have, right? But we're going to do that now. So first we're going to import the pagination. Let's import that. Import pagination. And once we import, where we're going to display, right? I want to display on the bottom somewhere. So below this div, yeah, inside, right? Not below, but inside, just below the table, below this table, right? We're going to add that pagination. Again, we have to pass all that value. So what are the things we need to pass? Basically item count, page size, current page, right? So let's create some of the things first and then we're going to pass, right? Let's create that. What we're going to do right here. See, okay, let's go back on the top, because now just remember we're going to have one extra parameter now, page, right? So that is what we have to get. Just give me a second, guys. 1 second. There was some noise, right? All right. So okay, first we're going to fix our search params here. We have status already, we have order by. We're going to add one more things, because now in our search params we're going to have page also, right? So let's do that. So status done. We can either write here page, and that will be the, see, anything on the search params, always remember, right, anything on the URL is a string. Okay, anything here, right, is a string. So I know that page will be also a string, but remember this page has a number, right? So we have to convert this letter wherever we use. Okay, that is important thing we have to remember. Once we finish with that part, so we just change here the search params. Even you can separate this, right? You can put it like interface props and use it there, right? So once we have that params set up, let's do one thing just below here, right? After all this, we're going to create the page. So const page equal to parse int, right? Int, and then search params dot page. So I said the search params dot page is string, so we just converted to integer now. That is a number, right? If there is page, right, you're gonna get that. Else just make it to one, right? One, because we can have at least one page, so just make it to one page, right? If there is not many, then at least we have one page as a default, right? Then const, let's make the page count. You can, if you have many, right, let's say you have a lot of unlimited number of information, then you can change that number, but for now I will just make it maybe 5, 10, whatever, right? Page count. Page count, basically here will be item of the number of item you're going to display in the page, right? But this page, yes, this will be changed based on the number, like total number of item, right? Maybe you have thousands of item, then this will be keep changing. When you click the URL, right, the query will be keep changing, whichever page you are, right? 5, 10, 6, 20, whatever. Okay, you can move front or back, right? So we have page count. What else we need now? Okay, so yeah, so I think we almost done, right? Page count. Next, the item count, right? So the item count we're gonna get from the database, because how many items there we're gonna get from database, right? So for that, first we have to fix here now. So we have order by already here, order by, right? Order by ascending, order by. Okay, even we can write this separately, right? But fine, that is okay. Next we're gonna put here, right, a new property called skip. So these are from the database query now, right? There is something called skip, and in that you're gonna pass like page minus 1 multiply by page size, right? Page size, comma, right? So we have page size yet. So let's see page, where is the page size, right? I just put here page count, basically page, let's give it page size. Page size, right? Size, yeah. So the error is gone. That is skip, right? This is one property we have to add. The next one is taken, right? take, yeah. See, if I type out, it will give me the option, right? Take, and then you're gonna provide the page size here. Okay, done. So yeah, so this should filter now, right? Based on the page number, it should filter our data. Okay, see, this is just fetching data from the issue, right? So we have two property already now to pass, the page and the page size, right? We have, the only thing we need now is count, right? Issue, I think item count or issue count, whatever. Okay, so that is item count. So where are we going to fetch that, right? Let's fetch it just below here. So const, I can call it item count, issue count, whatever. Item count equal to, oh wait, because I want to just go to the database and count how many item I have, right? Total item, prisma.issue.count. Okay, you're gonna have the property called count, and just maybe pass some parameter, right? Where what we're gonna pass here, status, right? Just pass the status. That should do the job. So we have item count also. Now it's time to pass all that here, right? So the page size equal to page size, right? We have that on the top, comma, current page, right, equal to the page we have, and finally the item count, right? Item count equal to we have issue count, or I put item count here. Okay, let's call it issue count, right? Issue count. Okay, so here is error now, right? Let's see, page size. Page size, right? Yeah, no comma. Okay, done. So let's see if this working or not, right, in our component. So you can see now, right, I can get the 10 item here. Okay, I'm in the page 1, right, because there is only around maybe 20-30 some item, right, less than 30. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. I have 10. Now I can go right. Okay, I'm in the first page. I can go right here. See, I can display 10 more, right? So I'm in the page 2. Now I can go left one time, or if I click, I'm basically, see, these two are hidden, right? I can go right and finish, right? So once I reach the last page, there is no more click on the right side, but I can still click on the left, right? So you know, I mean, that's how you create the pagination. You know, this is barely you will use, but this is one important things to know, right? You know, if you have to create, sometimes you just have to find the logic and use it, right? So what we have done, let's recap quickly. We create the pagination component. You know, there we are using this use router and use search params to make the page, right, query on the string. Query string means on the URL you want to send the page as a query string, and the number of count, whatever the number, right? Like let's see here, look at this, right? I'm page 1. If I go, see, it's changing, right? And based on this number, you know, the schema, basically the Prisma will fetch the data for us, right, from that issue. And for that we have, you know, we have used what, let's go back here, and we have used something, okay, not dashboard, but in other page, you know, there is like, you just have to pass this skip, right, and the tick. So what is the page size? You give it the number and page -1 into page size, right? These two things you have to pass. Okay, up to here we have done study, right? And this is the two things you have to pass in order to make our you know, like the pagination work, right? So when you click, it will send the page number on the top of the string in the query string, and based on that, you know, automatically it will run this function, like, you know, getting the issue from the database. And when there are a lot of like options here, right, they have all special meaning, you know, they're all doing something different, right? But whatever is the current situation, okay, if you clicking, is switching between page, right, that means you're changing the page numbers, so you are getting something new data back, right, from the database. And that is what we are rendering, right? You know, look through all that data and displaying all this. Okay, so we have the pagination on the bottom. So three things: page size, page, and current issue count, right? That is what we have to understand. So we build, you know, like pagination from scratch, right? Hope you know, it should be okay. You guys can just try to implement that. If there is something, you can let me know, right? I will stop here for now. And yeah, as I said, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Now the remaining is very simple. Okay, the dashboard. Basically, what we're going to do in the dashboard, right? I will explain quickly. Let's go back here. So let's say this is a dashboard. dashboard, right? Maybe we gonna, so let's say you, what we're gonna do, right? Okay, so you want maybe the status, right? Stat, okay, like statistics, how many is completed, open or close, right? So we're gonna like display that information. Maybe we're gonna add that information. You know, when you go to the dashboard, you're gonna get like open issue, close issue, and in progress, right? So you can see that number. Dashboard is what, like the summary of your work, right? Something like that you want to display. Okay, so if I have to build a dashboard for my student, right? So I will check, like, I will just see maybe who is present, how many days, something like that, right? Or who has made the payment or not, right? Something like that I can. And so when somebody log into the admin, right, they can go there and they can see the details. Anyway, so we're gonna just put all that in the dashboard. I'll see, maybe I will add some graph also. So we'll see what we can do, right? And yeah, and then is hosting. So I will try tomorrow and day after tomorrow, try to finish that. So you guys can work on your free time, right? Okay, guys, let me stop here for now.